was fairly dramatic to have those things happen to me. And the reason why I'm sharing the story is because it had such an impact on my life. It was for the longest time, I just called them little nuggets that God gave us. Now, after a recent meeting, it was shared with me, and she said, please steal it. It's a God wink, in your life. And so I had actually written the story about all of it, and I ultimately wrote a book, just finished coming out first of this year, called Get Your Affairs in Order. And being my name, since it's Jeff Smith, I have my author name, and website is jeffreyrogersmith.com. And it's just easier to identify it that way. But I went through it. It's fairly short books, probably 110 pages or so, but it gives the background that I've shared today and about 10 other stories. We went to the U.S. Open the day before the heart surgery, and it was just a last-minute idea of Cindy's to let's go. They're playing the finals, and I was like, honey, there's no way we can ever get in to see the finals of
tennis,
of the U.S. Open tennis. They're in Flushing Meadows, and she said, doesn't matter, let's just try. And that story that I share in the book is an incredible God story, because it was actually September 11th, 2005. So it's the exact 4-year anniversary, and there were policemen at, within feet of each other. And there was no way we were going to buy a ticket from somebody or something. That was just not going to happen. And some different events unfolded that allowed us to watch the match. And it was fun to even share that, put that in the book as well.
So in the book that you said there's about 10 stories, which we got time if you want to share some of some of the ones that you think you'd like to share.
Yeah, the one that sticks out the most is that U.S. Open one, and I was so against and don't want to be embarrassed by somebody saying you can't do something. And Cindy doesn't care. She's like, I don't care, And I said, well, going up there looks like that's the gate, the front gate area. Just go, the deal was open. There was a gentleman behind there. And I stood back behind a little bit of a wall where they couldn't see me. And I said, and I'm listening. And she said, so we'd like to have 2 tickets to that thing that's happening today. What do you have, like some kind of a tennis tournament? And they laugh like you are. And he turns around to these other guys and says, this is hilarious. This lady wants 2 tickets to this. This lady has been sold out for months.
Yeah.
And he turns back around, and there are 2 tickets sitting on the dash right in the area right in front of her. And he said, whose are these? And nobody answered. And he said, I'll sell you these for face value if you want. They're $45 a piece. And I screamed, it's God.
Yeah.
Just a hilarious answer for something like that. And we got up to our seats. And if you're on a football field, we're basically on the 40-yard line, right in the middle. It's just an incredible place to sit. And I just knew that God was probably going to take me in this deal, because he's given me my final wish of the finals at the U.S. Open. And Andre Agassi and Roger Federer were playing. And it was a time when Agassi was at the very end of his career and Federer was at the beginning. And Agassi won 1 set, and his back just wouldn't hold up, and Federer wiped him up, 3-1. But it was a really neat experience to watch that and to see, again, looking back on it, God doing that for Cindy and I.